Hey, I'm Kev, welcome back to MotoGP 18, where Mario, he's inching closer to another victory. Can he grab it around the Sachsenring in Germany? As here goes Mario then for the first of two possible qualifying efforts, as he's got to beat his teammate, Petrucci's 119.9. And he won't be doing it by doing that. As he's got a KTM just rounded outside, so he's just going to let him bite. And on this lap, we can just explore the Sachsenring circuit, as it's definitely the quickest lap of the year, one of the shortest circuits of the year, and one of the most difficult as well. Very technical, always winding left mostly. So you've got to be careful on the power. It's got lots of yellow fever to the right hand side. And very difficult to overtake round and brake, and it's just a tough circuit overall. And in recent years, it's become Marquez land. So for Mario and the rest, they've got to try and do something which hasn't really happened. Beat Marc Marquez round here on his Honda. And coming off the back of a win in Assen. Full confidence. Who knows if that's possible, but let's see. As here we go. Now the start of his two possible qualifying laps with just under 5 minutes remaining. We won't get anywhere with that 22. So there we go, get the engine braking done, that's better. You get a good readie as well, and it looks like. As he's 1,000th up on Petrucci. It was obviously that massive reader which gave it to him. As now he could have a KTM problem in the second half of this lap. He's gaining rather quickly on a Spargo or Smith. Let's go through the long left-hander. Apparently now he's almost 8 tenths up. It's all a bit wide for the left. So easy to do that. And you've got to be careful in this section not to run too wide. God's sake, Mario. As that was probably going to be a quickest lap, wasn't it? We're going to find out. He's going to stay close to the KTM just to maybe get some slipstream on the front stretch. We'll see. It's a bit wide out the final corner. Oh, we've been very close with Pedrosa. As now he's got to get down the inside of Bradley Smith. Oh, Mario. He's so mean. As he's almost 2 tenths up. Of course, that bash on Bradley Smith did help. Well, the complaints he's had from his teammates could extend to other teams now. Did they tell Bradley Smith? And Hideki had calmed down a bit, and then Assen happened. It was wet conditions and both of his teammates went down. He's 1,000th up on Pedrosa. Oh no, it's Petrucci now back in the lead. 19-2. So there we go, man. That's better. Nice rounded corner. And onto the back straight, getting a wheelie on. He's almost 3 tenths down on his teammate. And he's got 1 lap after this, maybe. Yeah, he might have to use all 3 laps. He might not be able to qualify. Qualifying if he makes it through. As he heads towards the line, this will be close. This will be second. So does he do a 3rd lap then? I think he has to. He's not safe in second, just behind his teammate. He's once again quickest in that first sector. But then it seems to be the second sector and the third sector where he's going to lose out a bit, and then in the final sector gain it back. He'll be so patient in this sector. That's why he loses out so much. Doesn't have much patience, as you've already seen. But he is almost 3/10 up. Apparently. That's better through that sector. Let's go on to the back straight. Almost half a second up now. He's nailing it. As we go into the penultimate corner. Just needs one good final corner. And then it's like Mayo's making it through the qualifying 2. That could be the end of the road as goes towards the line. Will this be an 18? Of course it will. As both Pramacs are through there, McDonald and Petrucci, with Pedrosa just missing out on his Honda in third. Here lead the first row ahead of Baptista and Espargaro. Then we've got Rabat, Surin and Nakagami. Then on the 7th row it is Morbidelli, Redding and Bradley Smith. Fanny's gone to the stewards. Mayo could be in trouble. And then we've got Alicia Espargaro on the 8th row alongside Abraham and Luti. Or not Luti, Simeon, and then Luti in last in 25th. So Mayo, that's actually his qualifying done. As Marquez grabs pole ahead of Dovi and Rossi. Then we've got Vinales, Crutcho and Rins on the 2nd row. Then Zarco, Lorenzo and Petrucci. And on the 4th row, Mina, Iannone and Mayo, who was not allowed to take part in qualifying 2 after taking out Bradley Smith. So can Mayo, he had the pace for pole. And he charged through and grabbed the victory. So here's Mayo revving up then at the start from the 4th row, waiting for these lights to go out as he's got some work to do in these 10 laps here. Around the Sachsenring, but a super start. Fortunately, just as he's about to hit overdrive. Have to brake for the first corner, but he's down the inside of his teammate trying to work on the other Suzuki now with Rins as well. As he got past the Spaniard. And it's like he adds into the top 5. What a start for Mayo. And now they can get past Crutcho as well. He just forces him onto the curve, does the Englishman. As Mayo, forced onto the grass as well, trying to get back past some riders. And now he's back with his teammates. He's back down to 11. He's back down to 12, is he? Now he's back down to 10th. You see, then he finds a way by. As all Mayo breaks himself. And now here comes Zarco back by. And Iannone. And now Baptista's got into the back of Mayo. Just been a bit too cautious maybe on this open at Mayo. Getting to the top 5 and now he's back here, battling being to the top 10. As he gets down the inside of Zarco. Veteran wants to hold on. Mayo says no. And now past the outside of his teammates in the final corner. Don't think Petrucci expected that, so Mayo up into 8th. Works out in the end as the KTM of Paul Espargaro's on the move as well. Up into 13th as they're 3 wide in front through the first corner. Looks like Lorenzo's won the battle. Here comes Mayo, almost getting taken out by his teammate Petrucci. Now he gets past Crutcho, does he, who caused his backwards foot slide. And opening that. He does. Head of the LCR up into 7th then. As Rins and Lorenzo battling hard, the Spaniards in front over 5th. Mayo wanting to join in. As Rossi, the old man, battling with Marquez, with Dovi who's in the lead. As what are they doing in front? Having their own private battle. Don't really know where to go on the racetrack though, as here comes Mayo around the outside of them both. Into the penultimate corner, into the top 5 again. As in this, like Dovi's getting away a bit in the lead, is that? It is, as Marquez is battling with the Yamahas of Rossi and Vinales. But here comes Mayo in 5th. In the team's home race, practically. Pramac sponsor this German Grand Prix, so got to do well not just for the team, but also for the owners, for the sponsors. And it looks like Mayo's leading the way again for them. Despite a rift developing with his teammates after that last incident in Assen with Petrucci and Miller, as they're battling over 8th. They're winning that battle at the moment, surprisingly. Also probably unhappy that Mayo's fighting for the championship and they're fighting just to be in the top 10. But we'll see how it plays out. It's all a bit wide through the left. Got to be careful not to be wide in this left though. There's Lucy battling with Abraham further down the order. In practically his home race. Would that be Le Mans for the Swiss rider? Let's go for the final couple corners. You can see Rossi and Marcus battling so hard. Dobby trying to get away a bit. And Mayo's so good at breaking into that final corner. He's got superb switchery on Vinales. As he does an 18.6. He's not just trying to get past Vinales, he's trying to get past Marcus and Rossi as well. Eiko Ducati 1-2 here. And he's done it. Superb overtake. Superbly taking advantage of that battle in front. Rossi and Marcus probably didn't even realise he was there. And now he's chasing down Dovi here. Approaching the halfway mark of this race. And Marcus land has been taken over by a couple of Ducatis here. The factory and Pramac 1. That's Rossi. Not helping his cause to trying to win this race. Back up to third on his Yamaha. And now Vinales following suit. Marcus dropping down the order. That's the top two in the championship, top two in the race. Follow each other's lines, you can see that. That's his 4 tenths ahead of Rossi. 7 tenths behind Dovi. And he's so good in his last couple of corners. Really knows how to take advantage of this final corner. It's uphill braking zone. Bit wide on that occasion. But he still gains something on Dovi. That's the main thing. If he does another 18.6. Oh, he's in the groove this race. As Miller and Petrucci battling over 9th now as Zarco's jumped them. And you've still got Marquez, Rossi and Vinales battling behind, and Zarco actually now ahead of Lorenzo. So watch out, Rins in 6th. Could have a buddy with you soon. Aggressive Frenchman. I mean, he's already dealt with an aggressive San Marino rider, so that'd be nothing for him. It's a good race for Paul Espargaro in 14th in the points. It's KTM. However, a bit Tissa not making much of that fantastic start he had. Thought he'd kick on towards the top 10, but it doesn't look like he has. On his Ango Nieto bike. Well, Marquez regaining an upper hand against the Yamahas. So it is the KTM and the Ango Nieto bike battling over 14th. And now look at McDonald. All over Dovi. Oh, he's hungry for a victory. How has he only had one so far this season? He goes around the outside of Dovi. He's found a gap. He's made it his home and he's taken the lead. As we go into the second half of the race. Oh, Dovi wants to fight back though. Not having none of it. So this could be interesting in the second half of the race. See if Dovi can fight back. Smash Jenny had the pace, it looks like, so far this race. As we go through this left double left, which really does act as one left hand on these MotoGP bikes. That's not a good race for Mark VDS seeing there, guys. Morbidelli and Lucy battle over the wooden spoon. Lucy unfortunately winning that fight of coming last. There's all Mayo a bit wide. Saved it. Gone to the back straight, and we've got Pedrosa battling a Crutcher over 12. What happened to Cal? Solid in the top 10. Now he's battling over 12. Let's go into the final corner on this sit for that. Now trying to establish a lead. As Baptista ahead of Paul Espargaro for 14th. Rossi ahead of Marquez. Mario with an 18.7. He's just so consistent. 18.6s, 18.8s, 18.7s. Just a couple of tenths separating his laps. And no one able to touch him at the moment. He's almost a second ahead of Dovi. It's a Sunday ride for him. After what he did in qualifying. Incredible. Incredible how this race has gone for him. He'll be catching on Dovi as well in the championship, just taking a little nibble out of his championship lead. It's a 1.2 second gap now. Thought sector 2 would be weak for Mario, but it's turned out to be quite strong for him. His second strongest sector after that last sector. This sector where he kind of struggles a bit. But even then, he's matching Dovi. As we go towards the final corner. After this, just 3 laps to go. As all Luti ahead of Morbidelli, big news. Oh no, Morbidelli back bite. He puts in an 18.4. Fastest lap of the race. Might as well call it off now. I think we've got our race winner. Zarco's now ahead of Rins for 6th. So superb fight through the field from the Tech 3 rider. Not a dropping back early on. It's okay. We are now getting sucked into that battle from the Mark VS. Rins. Czech rider heading home next round to Brno. The circuit that his father owns. So let's say his expectations round there are high. Would be an understatement. And that he knows the circuit. He does want to head there after finishing last in Germany. It's Mario 2.2 ahead. This is a masterclass. This is a race we should have seen earlier in the season. And we've only seen it once so far. In Argentina, wasn't it? Just the second race in MotoGP and winning. Even quicker than Sir Marc Marquez he was. Winning his open race, 18.6. It's been nice in that battle for 3rd. Looks like Zarco's actually catching that battle as well. Really impressive ride from him. A very good ride from Dovi. Made the break early. Unfortunately, she's just found someone who's a bit quicker than him on today, but it's valuable points for the championship for the Ducati man. But his main rival will be a fellow Ducati rider at the moment. May on this Pramac. Despite the rifts occurring in his team, because it is his team now, I don't think Miller and Petrucci can argue with that, especially with this win here and there battling to be 9th. But taking out Petrucci in Qatar really did develop a crack, which is riding in with the Italian. It's definitely a favourite of the Pramac team. So we'll see what happens with this situation in the second half of the season. It's Mo with an 18.8. Oh, that's slow. That's shockingly slow. So Vinales pulled away from Rossi. Mark is down in 5th. You've got Rins, Lorenzo, Miller ahead of Petrucci on a year older bike. Oh, Danilo, what's happened to you? But he's also developing when we were with Miller. He's always got on a bit better as Mario with Jack Miller. And similar personalities. He's on the outside. But maybe that mistake in Assen might have separated the pair slightly. So it's definitely an interesting story to follow. See how Mario and Pramac go in the next couple of races. Because I'm not sure Pramac want to let go of Mario, but if he just causes more trouble for the team, could they hold on to until the end of the season? No doubt all the manufacturers are looking at this Sachsenring rider, the reigning Moto2 champion and Moto3 champion in the past. And could he be on his way to being a MotoGP champion with another victory this season? As he enjoys the spoils of victory just the second time this year. But he can add it to his countless podium finishes as well. There's all level 90s now, as he's 4 seconds ahead of Dobby, with Vinales close to the Ducati rider in the end. Marcus wins that battle over Rossi, but just the 10th. Then Zarco ahead of Rins, and then you got Lorenzo ahead of Miller and Petrucci, all separated by around a second. Same for Iannone in 11th. Then you got Crutchlow just ahead of Pedrosa and Baptista, and Paul Espargaro grabbing the final point ahead of his teammate Bradley Smith by a second and a half. Nakagami just missing out. Scott Redding, Rabat, Alicia Spargo in 20th. Then Happy Siren, Simeone, and then Morbidelli Lutin. Oh, Abraham. What happened on the final of that, mate? So you've got Mayo 13 points behind Dovizioso and 16 ahead of Marcus, who's level on points with Vinales. Then we've got Rossi, Zarco, Rins up to 7th ahead of Petrucci, with Lorenzo up to 9th ahead of Crutchlow. You've got Iannone, Pedrosa, Miller. Paul Espargaro having a superb season on that KTM in 14th in the championship. Then Baptista, Rabat, Scott Redding, unfortunately. No one else has scored points. Bradley Smith up to 19th though, and Nakagami up to 21st. We're on the constructors' stand, and Ducati just extend their lead, 41 points ahead of Yamaha. Then we've got Honda in third, 11 points back. And then it is Suzuki, KTM and Aprilia. We're on the team's ranking, of course, Pramac still lead by 39 points now ahead of Ducati, 11 points with Yamaha. Then we have Honda in fourth ahead of Suzuki. In Tech 3, LCR, KTM, Angelo Nieto, Vintia and Grassini with the final point. And LCR Honda ahead of Mark VDS. The battle of the wooden spoon has Mayo. Is he fully developed on lean angle? He is. Well, for throttle management and ride position at level 98, same with brakes management, and we could see lots of development for Bruno. As elsewhere in Moto 2, got Alex Marquez ahead of Bagnaia and Baldassarri. In Moto 3, Martin ahead of Bezzecchi and Bastianini in Red Bull Rookie Cup, as you would expect. So, what do we develop then for Bruno? It is a very different circuit from the Sachsenring, almost a total opposite. One of the longest at that time rides, one of the longest lengthwise as well. So do we look at maybe suspension, frame, brakes, engine or aerodynamics? You've got a pretty well-rounded development on the bike for like the first time ever, does Mario. So brakes, they look very solid in this Sachsenring. Engine, of course, it's a Ducati and it's very good. So suspension, no real bumps to really speak of around the Sachsenring. You never saw the bike get too out of control. The frame, bike was very good through the corners, and in aerodynamics, again, bike was very good through the air, I guess. So is it aerodynamics we maybe look at, or frame? Could look at frame, I guess. Could make the bike a bit better, maybe going into corners. Because that was the only trouble Mario was having, was going into the corners. Out the corners is fantastic. Maybe into the corners could improve that. So there we go, another development on the frame. And next time, Mario's completed the ascent, as you can see, from first, second, first. Can he continue winning and get his first back-to-back victory in MotoGP next time round the Brno circuit in the Czech Republic? Thanks for watching and find out next time.